come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run?
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Packers. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. And he powers his way up past the 30. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they send the slot in motion left. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
But first down, Hurts. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Indy. 46 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally. This was, oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. Then he's in for 2. The fake works. And they take the lead.
Someone really wanted to be in the lead here, because that's a heck of a gamble, isn't it? You're down 1, you kick it, you got a tie ball game. Instead, they fake it. And I keep coming back to this every time I see it. Remember, if you're faking an extra point now,
The ball snapped at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, you're giving up 13 yards as opposed to just lining up at the 2 and saying you're going to go for 2.
You're running a big play, lots of yardage for 1 extra point. That's a heck of a gamble, but it paid off in this case.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. They go play action with Wilson. He'll go right, and it's a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. They juked him. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Hurts to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Patterson's kick is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The Packers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They go play action now. Wilson. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
To throw is Wilson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Russell Wilson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to move back in front. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Hurts throw caught by Pierce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Come on. Hey. Stop the OAC. Dixie Maverick. 19 tight.
They go play action with Hurts. He's got the tight end, Mo Alie-Cox. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Hurts. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's got Pierce. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice
touchdown, Colts! Mo Alie-Cox with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as they have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers have yet again retaken the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Play action. Here's Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And he'll just get rid of it.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Play action. It's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 24, Hurts. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They're certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Wilson's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock minutes.
Touchdown, Packers! Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Wilson going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 3. 65 catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going up top for Taylor.
And this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He finds Pierce. It's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That pass complete to Moore.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the 1st of his timeouts.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alie-Cox, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to zone.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Packers! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers.
J.K. Dobbins with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just at personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The Colts on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 16.
79 Broncos.
Here's Hurts to throw. There's Pierce. He's got it on the comebacker. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Second down, another run with Taylor. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. If you got control of this thing, get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle there by Nick Cross.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw brought in by Watson.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Green Bay, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cleveland Browns. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd and 2, Jones.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
Trotty. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now Jones.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Throwing Jones. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Jones now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They'll run for it. This is White. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Now Stanley. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
The Browns at 3-0 here in the month of September, and they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off play action at Stanley. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Here's Stanley to throw.
Yeah, he's got it.
And the Browns are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb,
his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized... Now White lost the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Otten brings it in over the middle.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Jones.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd and 2, Jones.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Up the middle they go with McAllister. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you're trying to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Hey,
you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They go right back to White here on first down. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier in this first half and got saved, but no such saving here. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and as a coach and as a teammate, you're hoping that he learned from the first one. There was a lesson there, but obviously he doesn't have enough focus in order to lose it a second time. That simply can't happen if you're trying to win a game.
Buying time to his left. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So
touchdown, Browns! DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Finding room at midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
A final shot before break. Stanley, he'll buy some time right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position.
And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here's Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Fielded just inside the 30. That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A play fake, now Stanley. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz,
30 yards.
And the Browns are pouring it on. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That'll back 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it, and the Bucs will take over here at their own 12-yard line. They start the drive with White.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Jones.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Jones on 3rd down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Al, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Stanley.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to take
in their career or even
in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Rachaad White,
35 yards.
And the Bucs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Stanley looking to pass.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 17 yards out. And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing.
Now White lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And again, it's Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Browns are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll roll him out right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. This time, the extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Stanley. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Jones on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Running right, here's McAllister. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. This is caught. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They'll run for it. This is White, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run for it here with McAllister. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone. Stanley. He's going to try and go deep again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Cleveland, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.